Welcome back, everyone, to episode 3 of my long/lore playthrough of the Bloodborne game. Let me go ahead and give you a little bow. Thank you for coming back. Now, it's very faint, but if you listen carefully, you can hear a little bit of sobbing. And it sounds like it's coming from up the hill, so let's go see if we can find out what that is. What are you doing up here?
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire? Hunters have told me about the church, about the gods and their love. But do the gods love their creations? I am a doll created by you humans. Would you ever think to love me? Of course. I do love you. Isn't that how you've made me?
Yeah, but you're really tall.
Hunters have told me about...
Okay, nothing new there.
Of course, I do. Farewell, good hunter. May you find...
I mean, really tall. I wasn't aware of it before, but good lord, you got like a good foot on me. The crying may have been the messengers, but I swear I heard some crying. I think it is largely dependent on you spawning inside this building for what I was looking for. That's alright.
The healing church and the blood ministers
Let's stand right in his face.
were once guardians of the hunters in the times of the hunter Ludwig. They worked and forged weapons in their unique workshop. Today, most ministers don't recall the hunters, but they have much to offer you. And so, heed the message of your forebears. Ascend to Oedon Chapel.
So he's kind of giving you a hint to where you would want to go next. We don't have to do that right away. We will probably end up doing it anyhow. But he's telling you that the healing church who initially employed the hunters to help control the beast scourge got to the point where they started dealing with the issue themselves and basically forgot that the hunters even existed, or perhaps covered up, obscured the notion that they existed. Possibly because what they were trying to do to control the beast scourge wasn't working? Who knows? I think we know. We've basically got to the point where we know they didn't do it. They failed pretty bad. No gems to do anything with there. Oh, we also had another set of clothing we had not put on yet, so let's go ahead and throw on the old Henrik's hunter garb. Looking very sharp. Oh yeah. And the grass is in the way. Okay, take two. Yep, looking good. We got some souls we can go ahead and spend. Well, let's see if there's anything good in the shop first. So as I mentioned before, you can buy blood vials and bullets if you need them, but as the game progresses and you become more leveled and you defeat more enemies, the cost of them goes up pretty quickly. I think when we first started, the blood vials were only 180 blood echoes each. Now they're 540, so the price has gone up. Looks like I can also buy Molotov cocktails to replace the ones that I had used. I'm not too worried about that. They're not critical to our success in this game. And I'm not seeing anything that I really need to have. Might be fun to play around with the Kirk Hammer a little bit because it's such a unique weapon. But we don't need to get it. Yeah, I'll buy it. I got the money. That's fine. Well, let's go spend some souls. Blood echoes. I'll get it right one of these days. Oh, wait. Before I do that. Let's see if there's anything in the insight fountain. So now we can start purchasing low-level Bloodstone Shards with insight if we choose to. Don't need to, really. There's always opportunity to farm for them in the game, or just find them laying around on the ground. But that was the only additional item that was there worth purchasing.
Welcome home. What is
Go ahead and spend some of that
Very well.
sweet cash.
Close.
Go up to 15 with the strength. And then do 2 vitality, 1 stamina, I think is good. Alright, so now we're a little bit stronger, we're a little bit more durable with the health, and we got a little more endurance. It's a good spread of points. So our next big objective, we're going to go find out what he was talking about, German that is, when he said to ascend to Oedon Chapel. So let's go back to the Grand Cathedral. Which is not the one I wanted to go to, but whatever, we'll do this anyway. There's a couple of things we can do from here. We'll do the one that he intended for us, I think second. We'll do this first. Hey, what's up, big boy? Oh! I just came to chat. Ah, shoot. Can't mess with me. Look at this feather I got coming out of the back of my hat. Meanwhile, he's tumbling down the hill. So there's some stuff to explore back this way that we had not seen yet. They do like to build those spires tall, don't they? I would not want to be the person who has to go to the top of that to put the cross up there. Looks like a cross. Oh, there's a little creature down there. We can come back for him. What we want is this gentleman right here. Ouch! As always, we're making a foolish choice fighting in the steps, but it looks like he wasn't too difficult to beat. Game warned us not to get involved in the hunting of hunters, but we don't really get a choice in the matter, do we? Sometimes they just come after us. but he wasn't alone. And this guy likes to play it dirty. He's got a gun, and he will use it. This may end up being the most perilous fight in the game, because he loves his shotgun. Oh, come on! That should have been a visceral. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'll just wait up here by the well. You choose to come fight me. There he is. Ouch! So he knows how to dodge too. Fortunately, his dodges seem to work through bullets, and mine don't! Oh, I missed another Visso. These two guys, not too smart when it comes to using blood to heal themselves, so thankfully we don't have to worry about them recovering life during this fight. Ah, come on. Oh. Ah, shoot. Alright, yeah. Go back there, that's fine. I'll wait. This is a very pretty well. I just want to take a look down inside. Yet again, I don't know how they're getting water. It seems like they're just trying to go right through a bunch of cobblestones. This guy apparently is going to take a nap. Hey. Yo. Alright, well. Let's take advantage of the idiot while he is stuck staring at the wall. Oh, look at this! I found a pretty stone! I missed the Visso again! Oh, this is a bad place for him to shoot you, though. Anytime you want to fight. Anytime you want to fight. Well, the AI really bugs out down there. Come on, guy. Anytime you want to fight. He doesn't know what to do. He's decided he's going to fight in the corner, and there's no one that's going to stop him from doing so. Alright, well, moving on. Oh, lovely. Someone got paid to make those noises. Someone got paid to do that. How about you? You got anything to say? All right. Well, good to know. Important details for the future. Come on, guy. Seriously? You're not going to try to fight me down here. You know it. I know it. This is just a waste of your energy and mine. Ow! Fine, I'll mess you up down here if this is what you wanted. Ow, he's getting out. It's over. It's over. It's over, sir. Gotta put a bullet in you to finish it. I'll do it. There we go. Well, I kind of got my bullets back. Kind of. Wasted a lot of good blood echoes on him, though. Part of the process. There's an item right here. Very useful twin Bloodstone Shards. I think I need one more to upgrade my current weapon. And an idiot who we will take a quick shot at. Ah. That's right, I am a stranger. Take a shot at his buddy. Oh! Oh! Get my bloodstone, or my quicksilver bullets back. I don't know if we could see it from this point, but there usually is a little oogie boogie monster crawling around on the ground that we can kill for some bloodstone shards, but we might be too far away. You can see one of them. Two of them, actually, over the shoulder of the big brute with the axe down on the hill there. Let's go ahead and put a bullet in this guy's gut. Ouch! Or not. Take two. Got it that time. Owie! Oh, good. I need the blood vials. Good, 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 good. Alright, are the Oogie Boogies still down there? They are. Is there a way to get his attention without losing them? You want them Oogie Boogies if you can get them. Nope. A little closer. Got his attention. Good. Let's get him up the hill away from them so we can try to claim what is ours. I want them. No, 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 you don't. Get your butt back up here. Come on. Take a swing. Big swing. Ow! You got me. Ow! Oh, no, you don't. Uh-oh. Back up. Get some health. Got me again. You jerk. Oh, no! He got me. Being too cavalier. The good news is the two hunters that we fought down there around the well, they don't come back. You kill them and they're done. So we can just roll back in there and give it another shot. Because I want them Oogie Boogies. They actually have a name, and I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I can usually remember what the names of some of the major enemies are, but those are not ones that you necessarily need to know. And I saw one crawling around down here next to the side of the chapel, the little chapel. Let's see if we can find him. There he is. Hello. Goodbye. Bloodstone Shards. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I don't think that's it. I think there's another one down here, possibly. There's one. Pays the look. And a lot of good upgrade materials out of that. And there's the guy and his buddies to help protect him. Well, we'll do this the smart way. We're going to go back over the top, take him out. Yeah, no idea what that's supposed to be named, but yeah, it's gross. Nothing there. We do want to try to get back up top and sneak down to those chapel roofs so that we can grab the items up there as well. Whee! Whee! And... Gee up! Gentlemen? One of them had the blood echoes? Weird. Big swing. Down you go. Alright, let's see if we can do this right this time. I want those blood shards. No? Come on. Tippy tiptoe. Bullets can be replaced. Blood shards are hard to replace. Come on. Come here, big boy. You know you want some. Alright, that was mean. Come on. I'll give you another shot. Come on. I swear, I'm not gonna try anything. Just come get me. Oh! Ah! He got me. Get most of my health back. Alright, our buddies are still down there. Ah! He got me. Get some health back. They're still there. Let's go get some health. Or some bloodstone shards, rather. Alright, go for the other one. Where is he? I don't. Alright, got both. Twin bloodstone shards. I really wanted those, so that's a good pickup. Twice. Alright. So this was a worthwhile little trip here. And we got a blood gemstone. Nice. Lead elixir. So let's take a quick look at that, see what that's all about. Liquid medicine shifts weight to deflect attacks. A heavy, syrupy liquid medicine temporarily shifts weight to make deflection of attacks easier, but must be used with care as it also slows movement with no change to defense. Its recipe for this mysterious concoction is unknown, but some postulate that it materializes only within the most desperate nightmares. So, literally, you're just making yourself heavier? Not sure what that's supposed to imply. Some weird fountain or chalice in the middle there. Door doesn't open. Oh! Another one of these zappy little hand dealies. Some magic portal in the cosmos trying to scoop me up again. I'm not gonna let that happen twice. No scoopy hands. Now let's go back to the roof of the area that we were entering in as soon as I figure out how to get back up. There we go. There was at least one roof that we wanted to drop in on and try to pick up some items. Or an item. Possibly both roofs. Roofs? It's roofs, right? You don't roof it? Let's take a peek down on this one and see what we had to possibly gain. 2 crows and... that was it. 2 crows. Alright, so clearly the choice we want is here for whatever this item is. Uh-oh. No! Get on the other side. There we go. A frenzied cold blood. We had not seen a frenzied cold blood yet. Used to gain frenzied blood echoes. A rich droplet of cold blood containing blood echoes. Used to gain frenzied blood echoes. This manifestation of madness comes from a mind teetering on the very brink. But has a sane mind ever produced anything of true significance? And you can see it's frothing around the edges. So now we're starting to talk about something beyond just use of blood and the potential to transform into hairy beasts as a result. We're talking about minds on the edge of sanity. But that was it for down here, at least for now. We will be back there at some point in the future, just not right away. And hey, big boy, what's up? You missed. You missed again. So we can take advantage of this boy. You idiot. He was thinking about taking a shot, but he didn't. You had your chance, you didn't take it. A fool's death is your reward, sir. And interesting to note, a couple of things. If you look up at the sky, we're no longer talking late evening near sunset, we're now talking about nighttime, and more importantly, this poor fellow has fallen asleep. Asleep on the job. You'll find that's the case with most of the big boys. They're no longer interested in doing anything. Owie! Oh, gotcha. Jerk. Take your blood vials. Tap myself up. The other two are going to come trying to get a fight. But I don't want to give them a fight. I want to move on. Not sure if this ladder was here before, but we're going to take it. Oh, I guess it was, right? Because we used it to drop down on a couple of rooftops. Guy looked right at me. He's like, nah, that's cool. I'm just going to walk down these steps here. And the other one's still chasing. So let's get a little further away so he doesn't get a shot on me before I can clean up. Now, you still want trouble, guys. I'll give it to you. I won't give you just a taste. I'll give you the whole thing. Oh, big swing. Got all my health back. Jerk. I want that item up there. What is that? See if there's a way to jump to it from here. May or may not be. In fact, I will go as far as to say no, there isn't. Not sure. I don't think there's a way to drop down from back. No. And this is just back down to the rooftops that we had been on before, so not a huge deal. I don't believe that's terribly important to the storyline. There's a platform to it. I just don't know what that platform comes from. We'll go this way. This is where we want to be anyway. Bird really wants to take a peck at me. Alright, so we're back to where we were actually trying to go in the first place. We had received a message to ascend to Oedon Chapel. Which we still can't do. Interesting. I thought it would have been open by now, but I guess not. Not a big deal. We'll always do it later.
Ah, the hunter. Alive and well, are ya? This here's a safe place. Stay as long as you like. But next time you're out on a hunt, remember what I asked. If you find any sane survivors, tell them to seek shelter at Oedon Chapel. Because there's nothing to fear here.
Yep, he sounds convincing. And then the old lady doesn't look like she's faring too well.
How did we ever get into this mess?
Well, we weren't the best of friends, lady, but I didn't want this for you. Jesus. Anyway, let's continue on. Come a long way from the chapel, which is not that. It's actually further up that way, I believe. There it is. I knew I was going to find it eventually. The Grand Cathedral, rather. So we went that way before. That led to Old Yharnam. Let's go back to the prostitute and the gentleman who lived across the street from her and see if they're more willing to move to more protectable environments. If I can remember how to get to them, I believe it's this way. Again, thankfully all the giants are asleep, so we don't have to worry about them unless we get too close, and then they might wake up and start fighting back. Don't want that. Sorry, buddy. You made a poor choice. You know, I haven't been asking. Have you seen pale blood? I'm looking for pale blood. No? Okay. Guess not. It's alright. The curious difficulty of the story and the situation we find ourselves in is we know there's something wrong with this blood that we're using. And that continued use may turn us into a beast. But if we don't use it, we end up dying. So we have to take that into consideration, even though we have no choice, really.
Oh, thank goodness. You're a hunter, aren't you, dear? Might you know of a safe place?
As a matter of fact.
And very little of the incense left.
Yet again, talking about the use of incense to ward off beasts there. We're going to send her to Oedon Chapel.
Oh, thank you, dear. Perhaps I'll see you there.
Well, do the best I can. And how about this guy who Totally minds his own business, does not listen to anything anyone else is doing outside of his own home.
What's this two-bit nonsense you're peddling? I heard you told that wench about some shelter. Well, she's a damn fool to trust an outsider. Never right? Well, her sort's probably just fixing to feed some of your coin.
Alright, jerk, whatever.
Alright. What crafty lies does the outsider have today? You think I'm an easy mark? Yeah? Well, give me your best shot.
Alright, fine. If you're going to be a jerk about it, I'm going to send you the place that I don't trust. I'm going to send you to Yosefska's clinic. Because she was very weary or leery about having anyone come into her clinic and potentially spread infection when we first started, but now she seems all about having people come in, which makes me worried that maybe she's not operating on the level and that maybe she's doing something shady. So I'm going to send you there since you're being such a jerk.
Yeah, sorry. Too sharp for that bollocks. I know a superstition when I hear one. Outsiders. Even their lies are predictable.
Okay, guess he's not going to go. Well, we tried our best. And now we have another path we want to take. Ragdoll physics are always fun. It's like messing with dead bodies. There's nothing morbid about that at all. Always with the eyes covered in these statues. Hands to the sky, eyes covered. So we're going to try to tiptoe past this boy, but he might wake up. If he does, we're going to have a fight on our hands. Don't mind me. Try your nap. Nothing you have that I want. Down here, on the other hand. So we got a big boy there and a big boy there. One big boy is going to come after me, I think, right away, and the other one I might just go start a fight with before him. Or they might both just stop. Curious. Let's go ahead and take a shot on this guy since he's got a big statue in his hand. And one down. Come on, take a shot. Two down. Oh, he's getting back up. Oh, now he's down. Figures goddamn bird did most of the work. Get my blood back. And a little extra. There's a monocular. So now we can take an extra close look at things. It really doesn't provide much benefit in this game. Or any of the games they put it in. It's just if you want to look at something real close. Which I guess we might find some use for if we're trying to build out some lore. No promises. There is a little creepy crawly. One of our Oogie Boogie friends down here somewhere. Just gotta find where he is and get to him before the ball and chain wakes up. There he is. No! Got him! Oh! And then I got hit. Oh no, he didn't die! Ah, crap. Got him. Whew. Good rule of thumb for fighting big bad guys like that. Their advantage is range. So take that advantage away from them. Get in close. Attack their feet. Stay underneath them. When they swing hard and with distance. You don't want to let them do that. You want to make sure that they're trying to hit something up close underneath their feet. That's a shame. I really wish I had gotten that thing. I thought I had done enough damage. Another Tempering Blood Gemstone. And a door that leads nowhere. So this is what a lot of people theorized was an area that they had intended for another section of the game and never finished. So it ended up just getting blocked off, and they stuffed a chest down there with an unimportant item in it so that you had some reason to go down there, even though this section of the game was built out and totally unnecessary to go into. And I'm sure the item that was there with that Oogie Boogie was nice, but we're not going to waste our time trying to come back here. The overwhelming majority of the items they drop are Bloodstone Shards, either the regular ones or the twins, sometimes chunks, but this early in the game and where it was located, not really worth going back to. Too dangerous. Let's see if we can get back by him again without waking him up. Turn that off in case that's what woke up the first one. If he starts moving, we're going to haul ass. Good. Made it by him. Safe and sound. Let's get the hell out of here. Yeah. So we're going to do two things. We're going to go back to the Hunter's Dream. Go ahead and polish off all these extra blood echoes we got. And then we're going to come back here, because by the time we get back, hopefully the prostitute has come into the safety of what I keep calling Oedon Chapel, but apparently it's not Oedon Chapel. Oedon Chapel. It's another chapel that's not that. So Garman has left again. He's not snuck down here anywhere.
Welcome home. What is it you...
Actually, before we do that,
Farewell, good maid.
it's always a good idea to do your upgrading first so that you make sure you have enough souls, blood echoes, to upgrade your equipment the way that you want to. We have more than enough to do one more upgrade on the saw cleaver, which will bump up the damage potential another 9 points. But that's the limit, because we need a 5th twin bloodstone shard to go up again on that. And if we want to, we can start upgrading either the pistol or one of the alternative weapons. They're going to be, just by necessity, since we haven't upgraded any of them, weaker than the ones that we've currently been using, but we'll stick with one that we're actually using. Not necessarily to buff the damage, but to give it the option of putting the blood gems into it. So now it has the option, and that one only can have one bloodstone shard, blood gem rather, inserted into it. So let's do so. First, we're going to check what we got and see if there isn't anything better. Now that's an interesting one right there. And that, if we can put it into the gun, we may do so. It says that it does a physical attack up bump, but also it gives you a slow amount of health regeneration. Hit points continue to recover +1. That's a very useful bit of blood gem upgrading. Yeah, we can't put it in there. So the question is, do we get rid of this with the health up? It's a small difference in the amount of health we're getting, but we also lose that rally potential. And I believe the red blood gem can be put in the gun, so we can swap that. Yep, and we can put the blood gem into the gun. It's only going to boost the damage potential of the gun. It does not transfer over to your weapon. So the trade-off there is, you know, we don't get the health regeneration. Or we get the health regeneration, but we lose a little bit of the damage potential for the saw cleaver. And that's fine, because we just literally bumped the physical damage potential of it. A little. Let's go spend those blood echoes. You gotta use it or lose it in this game.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you did? Very well. Let me stand.
Okay. So, yeah, we get more benefit out of upgrading strength with the saw cleaver than we do skill. They both will increase the damage potential, but you get more benefit out of doing it in strength. And then always more health is good. Let's do 2 endurance. Okay, that'll work. So now we do more damage, and we have a little more stamina for each of our attacks. Anything else to say? No, nothing new.
Of course I do, isn't. Farewell, may you.
All right. Let's see how many attacks we can do now before we're out of stamina. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very important there. We now get a 6th swing. We were only capable of doing 5 until we did that boost for the stamina. And that's why it's always important to raise the stamina along with your health and any other stats that you decide to lob points at. All right. We're headed to Old Yharnam. The town that we were warned not to go into. There was a note on the door leading to Old Yharnam. It said very specifically, hunters not welcome. Well, we're going to go down into Old Yharnam, whether we're warned against it or not. We don't have to. There is actually an option to go another way, but we want to go down here anyway.
Old Yharnam, burned and abandoned by men, is now home only to beasts. They are of no harm to those alive. Turn back, or the hunter will face the hunt.
So the gentleman who's speaking to us, let's see if I can put on the monocular, take a closer look at him, is right there. And if you can't see from this distance, may not be perfectly clear, he's sitting on a hell of a big gun. Would be a good way to put it. That weapon is enormous. And it doesn't just shoot one bullet at a time, it shoots many bullets at a time. Come on, quit running away. You and I know I'm gonna get you. Thank you. You can go multiple ways from the top there. This is just one of them. You don't have to do this. You can go the regular route. This will just lead to a couple of items that are very nice and pretty easy to get to. I think we're all right to drop right here. So there is a diverging option that you have when you're playing through here. If you don't want to incur the wrath of the gentleman clock tower, and you go around the back of this area, you can actually get into the clock tower and have a chat with him, and he'll be far more amenable to you. I'll tell you, he doesn't want you messing with the beasts. And then gives you a little more detail, but it's not easy. This is a far more manageable task, and just killing one of these beasts all it takes to piss him off to the point where you have no choice but to kill him. So We have no choice now. We're going to have to face him at some point. And I have no idea what all this sludge is in the corners. I would assume this is ash that had been soaked at some point and now caked into the corners of the area. As we had talked about in the previous episode, Old Yharnam was affected very heavily by the Beast Scourge, and the solution that the town came up with was to try to burn everything. They came in, they set fire to all of the buildings, and anyone who was still there probably was killed or had already turned to beasts. So this forms a shortcut from down below that we'll get to later. And it's a shortcut because there is a ladder right up here. So now we go the way that we were supposed to go all along. And we may want to do a little inventory management real quick because we are going to have to put on some antidote. I believe this is the first area where we really start encountering the possibility of poison damage. More cold blood. Where's the antidote? There it is. Probably won't need it, but just in case. And then we may want to get some fire paper ready. I didn't think to grab the Molotovs before I came down here, but that shouldn't be a huge deal. So you can see a lot of beasts were captured and burned as a result of the initial attempts at the purge. And always with the facial coverings, usually trying to wrap the eyes. You can see the eyes through this covering though. Uh-oh. We got a spooky. As much as I'd like to justify my actions to the gentleman in the clock tower there, I don't know if there is a way to justify being down here when he says go away. But that creature did attack me first. Yet again. Now you can see they started gathering bodies en masse and then just throwing them into big funeral pyres. They may have been human. They may have already turned. Who knows? Hard to tell. You would assume if they weren't, if they were beasts, you would see some of the telltale signs. Elongated limbs, big clawed hands, you know, fangs, stuff like that. When we take a look at the bodies over here, I have a feeling it's just normal human beings. Because again, part of what the Healing Church was doing was instead of waiting for someone to turn into a beast, these look like just normal human beings. They were capturing and killing people with just potential signs of infection. So again, the Healing Church was doing things they were not supposed to and trying to cover it up, which is why they don't want people coming down to Old Yharnam. Not just because it had been taken by the beasts, but because they were trying to eliminate the scourge from spreading by any means necessary. Really sad. There's the gentleman in the clock tower. We are definitely going beyond the bounds of what he is going to accept, and he's going to start retaliating in force. Because he can see what we're doing. Let's see if we can't draw him away from the line of fire.
You are a skilled hunter.
Yep, he knows we're here and we mean business, so he's not going to take this much longer. And that's going to be problems for us. So we need to find cover and quickly once we get down here, because he's going to start opening fire. Big swings. This is also an interesting case of perception trumping reality. This gentleman knows that hunters come down and kill beasts indiscriminately, and human beings who could potentially become beasts. And he is trying to stop any and all future killing down here as a result of that mandate to hunt and eliminate beasts. We're not actually a hunter. We just came here to try to cure our illness, whatever that vague illness is, by finding pale blood. But he doesn't know that, and I have no way to communicate that to him, so we're a hunter in his eyes, whether it's true or not. I gotta take cover because he's gonna start shooting any time now.
Which is why I must stop you.
And see, there goes the gun. And that thing is going to tear us to pieces if we get caught in a line of fire. So you don't want to stay in one place too long. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, I didn't mean that. I meant to hit this. Hello. Ouch. This is a bad place to be. Oh boy. Fortunately, his bullets damaged that guy just as much as they damaged me, so I can take advantage of that a little bit. Uh-oh, uh-oh, oh! Not good, not good. Alright. Right here, but we won't be able to stay here for long. Ouch. And this guy apparently does have blood vials of his own, because we definitely did some damage before and he got it back. Oh, no, 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 no! Ow! Over here where it's a little bit more safe. Oh! A little bit, not great. Sorry, buddy. Oh. Oh, the bird! The bird! Bone marrow ash. Probably not a great time to look at this, but we're going to do it anyway because I'm an idiot. Additional medium that strengthens quicksilver bullets. And that's all we'll really look at. But we do have a path we want to follow here. Let's go. I want to get here. Whew. Now, I have no good explanation, and I have tried everything to figure out what that moaning sound is over here. Also, I have absolutely no idea why there's a statue hovering in the sky there. That's the first time I have ever seen that. That is curious. Some might say a mistake. Something they forgot to take out of the game. Or maybe it's something else. Ooh. So, we're going into this fight a little bit less healthy than we would have liked. I may have taken a dramatic shortcut that didn't really help us any. I don't know if there's any items here that are really going to help us. We may just have to go after it, and if we die, we die. But we do not want Jura shooting at us anymore. That is a risk we are no longer willing to tolerate. And he knows we're coming. There he is. See that sick-looking weapon on his arm there? That acts like a pneumatic hole punch. Except it's not going to be punching a hole in metal or rock. It's going to be punching a hole in our sternum if we let him. Let's do this. Ouch! Great minds think alike. Ouch! So he had it charged up and ready to go. Ouch! Oh, come on. Oh, no! Oh, he could have done me in. Shoot, he's got blood of his own! Ah, I'm done. He killed me.
I should think you still have dreams. Well, the next time you dream, give some thought.
Well, next time I'll try to come down there in a safer manner. Also, your buddy down at the bottom of the steps isn't going to be able to help you out this time. Whew, I'm down on bullets again. Oh, one more thing. Well, we'll worry about that another time. Just gonna go try to grab some more Molotov cocktails, but we don't need them right now. We want them eventually, but not enough so that we go out of our way to the Hunter's Stream to get them. Hello. They may be beasts, but they clearly have enough knowledge left in their bodies to use the smoke from the funeral pyres to attack me. I keep saying funeral pyres, but honestly, they may just be mass grave burnings. These are people who clearly were not affected as strongly as the others from the blood. And they obviously turned to beasts, but they're not nearly as imposing as some of the others turned out. I think it could be inferred, but there's no reason to believe this is necessarily the case, that the reason the members of the Healing Church become the most grotesque of the beasts is simply because the mixture of old blood that they're using in their own blood transfusions is a much higher mixture. And they're not just straight up jamming vials full of old blood into their bodies. Everything is kind of a tincture a mix of regular human blood with the blood of normal human beings. There is a way down here. I'm just trying to remember where it is. Okay. I stood in one place too long. I got it. Thank you. Message received. Loud and clear. There it is. And I'd find it eventually. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Give me a second to cool down. Uh-oh. Okay. This is open. Got it. We have two options here. We can go in there. Or we can find out why this pot has tried to come alive and attack me. And you see they're slowly working their way over to me to, I guess, take revenge on me for smashing them. This may be the most challenging boss yet. My God, not even smashing the pot into pieces has stopped it. The old blood is a very dangerous mix. Alright. I think there's an item out here somewhere. There sure is. So in case I had mentioned it before, the old hunter, or the bold hunter's mark, has a symbol on it, which very much resembles a human body hanging upside down with its arms kind of in that bent position and the head at the top, or the bottom rather. You can see from that body hanging off the hook there. Identical to the symbol. Almost, buddy. There you go. You got it. Another wide open area that he's going to have free reign to shoot at. Gun's cooking up. See if we can't get some progress in here before he starts laying into us. Like that. Alright. More antidote. Again, we may need it in the future. Safe haven right across from here. Let's go. Some Bloodstone Shards. More smashing pots. How is it all of these beasts hadn't destroyed the pots already? Is my presence that upsetting? I just wanted to give you guys some kisses. Hey, what's up? You and I know you were going to attack me no matter what, so it's not like I ruined anything by waking you up. Laying in your own filth. Blood Tinge Gemstone. So that's one of the stones that's more appropriately placed in the kind of slot that the handgun we're using would be able to support. And in fact, I believe it does boost our damage potential just a little bit with the handgun. But again, the handgun's really not designed for damage potential. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get somewhere safe. There we go. Now let's do this, boys. No. What are you doing? Sorry, force of habit. They changed the button placement for healing between Dark Souls and Bloodborne. It used to be, I'm playing on a PlayStation 4 controller, the square button would be where healing normally was in the previous games, and now it's the triangle button. And I'm not worried about burning my antidote supply out too much, so we'll make sure that's equipped. Ken can't reach me here, buddy. There's the guy who's been tip-tapping around. And his buddy. Oh, yeah. Can't blame me, kid. Yeah, he can't get enough of an angle on me to do any serious damage. Not from there. This is a foolish choice, but we're gonna make it! Back in the church. Alright. There's another one out here that woke up. He has not figured out where I am yet. See if I can't get him over here somewhere safe where we can fight without getting shot. I know you know I'm here. Come on. Just you and me, buddy. Yep. These guys are more dangerous than the standard ones, not only because they have more health, but also because they can poison you if they hit you. So that is the path back down to the clock tower. We'll give this another try. If it does not work out, and there is a chance this does not work out, we can always skip him and come back another time. The biggest threat he poses is to the approach down to this clock tower here. Once you get past the clock tower, he can't do anything to you down below. And we're still tiptoeing through the upper reaches of Old Yharnam. Yharnam goes far, far down below where we're at right now. That's where the most damage was done to the villagers of Old Yharnam. It was down in the lowest parts of the town. And guess who knows we're here again. Alright, we're going to give this one more try. I can see my blood echoes too. Not too worried about that. That was only about 3,000. So, our big concern is kicking his ass. Oh, you jerk. Oh, no! Oh, he didn't take the chance on the visceral attack. He could have. Uh-oh. They wasted a chance there. Gotcha. Not as much damage as I would have liked, but that's alright. Whoa! A little closer to the ledge than I would have liked. Another. Ah! Had another chance for a Viso. Now we're out of bullets. We're just gonna have to do this all in hard hits. Ah, crap. Push him off the edge! Oh. Come on, get off the edge! Get off the edge! See ya! And I bid you adieu, sir. Now, the sad part is he does have some items that we would have liked to have had, but he fell to a place I don't think we can get to. I can see his body right there on the very bottom edge of the screen. And yeah, I don't know if we can actually get to that part of the map. But the good news, and there is good news, is that he can no longer terrorize us coming down through the entrance of Old Yharnam. So, whew! If you've ever heard anyone talk about the challenges that you face in Bloodborne, they undoubtedly say that the most difficult encounters in this game are always the ones that involve you fighting other hunters. They are, without a doubt, the most challenging fights in this game. I don't think we can open this yet. We cannot. It's alright. We don't need to. And now we can explore this area at our leisure and pick up any items that we may have missed on the initial run through it. Fortunately, it turns out large, overgrown crows do not carry blood vials of any kind. That would have been nice, but you know, video games, whatever. I am not 100% certain there's anything of value down here. Take a step forward. And he's trying to bait you into committing suicide. And that is, I believe there's an item up here. Or a set of items up here, in fact. And it would have been risky business trying to grab it if you did, when you did. Well, maybe not. Maybe this is just back up to where we were before. Yeah, it is. Alright. There is a set of clothing in this area somewhere that we want. Not 100% certain how to get to it. Someone is really intent on destroying all the pottery around here. I wonder what dastardly fiend would be so dead set on destroying stuff like that. Certainly not me. I'm gonna remember where that clothing set is. It's not down there, is it? I bet it is. That's exactly where it is. Alright, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. That's down this way. It's in that area right there. Hey, what's up, dog? Well, if his body fell down there, I don't know if we can get it anymore. It's alright. If the body of a character falls in a place that their items cannot be retrieved, what the game usually does is when you come back into the area at a later time, they usually put the items somewhere where you can pick them up. So all we would have to do is respawn back into the area and go up there and we can pick up what he dropped, which I believe is a rune, if not the weapon that he was carrying on him. We want up there. And I think you can get to it by dropping into the building somehow. I just don't remember where. It may actually be this pass here. We got to jump to a ledge to get to it, but we'll find out the hard way. And if we die, guess what? We'll come back and we'll get Jura's equipment and move on without worrying about what we did. There it is. Yep. This was right. This was the right way. I was worried we made a mistake. We did not make a mistake. We made the right call. Fortunately, there are going to be a lot of beasts in rags and sleeping and... To them, this is a safe haven, and we're interrupting it. Big swing! Bigger beast, more damage, more health potential. Uh-oh. And the ones upstairs have now been alerted, so they're going to come in for their piece of the action as well. Something we may or may not be able to see now because it's a little bit too late for it. If we had gone upstairs, we would have seen the 3 beasts that we are, well, 4 or 5 beasts that we're killing right now, following this larger one with the rag over her head, kind of in a circle. The implication, again, nothing specifically spelled out here, is that this may have been a family of some kind, and the larger one may have been the mother or father, and that the smaller ones may have been children. Which is kind of sad. Because again, these were all once people. And now we're busy trying to murder all of them. Maybe not intentionally, but as a means to an end, which is to find the pale blood we're here for. Sorry, I've never seen a pot or a barrel that I didn't want to smash. Rifle spear. It's one of what the hunter that we had faced before we got to Jura was carrying. He was using a rifle spear. Kind of a 2-for-1 item. The red moon hangs low, and beasts rule the streets. Are we left no other choice than to burn it all to cinders? Now, what this may be is, this may have been a message that was left by Jura, who is the hunter at the top of the clock tower, who is starting to lament that he's left to murder innocent people who had no say in the matter, that, you know, they didn't know that using this blood was turning them into beasts, and it wasn't through choice of their own that they transformed. He's lamenting that he's left with the unenviable task of just murdering everyone. It could also be this gentleman right here. He may have given up on his task and just left himself to die, or possibly even committed suicide. Charred hunter garb. Let's take a look at it. We are going to put it on, in fact. There it is. One of the staple articles of hunter attire fashioned at the workshop. A product of the scourge of the beast that once plagued Old Yharnam and culminated in the town's fiery cleansing. The cape's dampness makes it highly resistant fire. Wearers of this attire hunted down victims of the scourge who survived the raging flames and stench of singed blood. So again, there was not a whole lot of compassion at this stage. They were just murdering everyone who survived the fire, regardless of whether or not they were beasts. Although they did say that they were supposedly beasts. The game was engaged, or the church was engaged in clandestine activity and not necessarily for the best. Alright, we continue on further into the church. We have a window here. We also had another passage that we could take up above, and we may come back to that, but let's clear the enemies before we do that. I believe there may be someone up here. Maybe not. Alright, if they didn't know I was here, they know now. Oh! Ah, one of them was behind me. Come here, you. Big swing! Ah, I dodged it. Smooth moves. They do have blood vials. An indication that they were users of the blood before they transformed, which should be obvious. At this point in the game, there were no people who were using, or not using blood that did not end up becoming beasts. And you see plenty of antidote tablets down here. This was an early attempt to treat the scourge, which was also stemmed from another condition that they referred to as ashen blood. Thought I heard one over here. I guess not. Here comes the ones that got alerted from down below. And another one. And another one. The whole congregation is here, taking their turns coming in here one at a time. And for that I salute them. Come on. Shoulder block. You ain't gonna poison me like that, buddy. I think all that extra noise down below is because the enemy is trying to lock onto me from a floor below where we're at. Some of them were smart enough to path up here and face me, but then there's this guy who keeps tiptoeing around the outside. Come on, I'm right here. Come on! Yeah, don't squeal. They know. They know I'm up here. Big swing. I got plenty of blood. I do not have plenty of bullets. Sadly in short supply. Alright, let's go ahead and head on downstairs. I like this hat, but I don't know if it fits the attire. Let's go with a top hat. Yes. And that goes nice with that set. And also she's got raccoon eyes because she's so covered in blood from killing all these beasts. Come on, guy. I know you're down here. Are you trying to sneak on me? Gonna take a cheap shot. Where'd it go? There he is. Anyone else? Good. Now we can take a look at the centerpiece of this massive chapel. Holy God. A massive beast, and it looks like the skin exploded off of him. It's like hanging from the upper body in ribbons. You can see the rib cage underneath. Ritual blood. Let's take a quick look at that one. I believe it's right here. Yes, it is. It's material used in the Holy Chalice ritual. Material used in a Holy Chalice ritual. One of the basic ingredients used to satiate a Holy Chalice is this incoagulable blood. When all is melted in blood, all is reborn. So they're starting to dip into another part of the Healing Church's activities, possibly also Bergenworth, which is that they were conducting rituals using blood. And in the case of this, they're talking about melting things inside of blood. So heating the blood up and then putting things, or possibly people, inside of said blood, which is extra gruesome. They're doing some very strange things with this blood now, not just injecting themselves with it. Another madman's knowledge, possibly because he saw that thing hanging. No way to confirm or deny that. One would just infer from the location of bodies when you find them, if they have a madman's knowledge, that they saw something nearby that simply was too much for their mind to handle, and it literally exploded. And we'll go into the implications of that in a future episode. I think it may be a little bit early to start talking about that in depth here. But let's go up top and see what we can get from above. As you can see, this is the same area we were just in. Just a little bit higher up. There are some platforms that we can climb onto and pick up some items. So we got some very careful walking to get to that one there. May make it safely, may not make it safely. This takes me back to the days playing Super Mario 64 and thinking that this was the most harrowing gameplay I would ever experience, walking on these little thin beams. You get so used to doing things so effortlessly and carefree when you're playing older games by comparison. Feels like half of the challenge there wasn't even the actual gameplay. It was tied to the controls themselves. Whee! Item here. And we'll see if we can't make the jump to that. And if there was another item somewhere on a lower platform that we could have reached, we may just leave it as is. Not too worried about getting absolutely everything in this game. And the important ones are usually well within reach. Hooray, I made it. Bloody Messenger Head Bandage. Another item that is not of any critical use. It's just another visual item for the messengers if you leave messages. Accessory adored by naive messengers imitating the bandages of scourge victims, unaware of their meaning. The spatters of blood give it a particularly nice touch. The inhabitants of the stump appear to have an interest in adornment. Yeah, well, we already know about that. So now apparently they're trying to accessorize the bloody bandages of victims of the Scourge. That's pretty horrible. So this may be a painful drop to the bottom. But we've endured worse! Yeah, I'm not sure how exactly to get up to that one, unless it's just a straight drop from the very top up there. And I said I wasn't going to get it, but we'll give it a try. We'll give it one try. We can get it on this attempt, great. If not, we'll leave it as is. Because we're down here for a purpose, and that purpose is not just gathering items that we're not really in dire need of. And then watch it be a pile of bullets. The ladder, right here. And from here, see if there is a safe drop down to it, probably right here. Yep, all right, good. Anything back this way? Does not look so. Down. Anything back this way? This may have been how we should have gone to it in the first place, which is that, yeah. Alright, well, maybe a little bit of overkill, but we will get the item that we're here for anyway. I think we can get it this way. Oop. Here it is. Cold blood dew. Yeah, this was kind of a waste. Just some bankable blood echoes. That's all we got out of it. I have to resist the urge to waste blood vials healing my health when I know I have something equipped that will slowly recover that health. No need to do that now. And this is an important thing we need to do back here. We got to go that way, but blood vials. This is a shortcut back up to the clock tower. So we don't have to go back through that gauntlet of beasts that we faced inside the chapel. There we go. Shortcut unlocked. Yet again, hands are clipping through a bunch of knobs that should have been knocking our hands off the ladder the entire way down. Not great design. Very ornate, but also impractical if you're literally sliding down with your hands on the ladder. Excuse me, crows, have you seen Pale Blood? Pale Blood? Just looking for pale blood, my good man. Oh, no pale blood? What about pebbles? Apparently you're collecting or eating pebbles. Bloodstone Shard. So that is our objective down there. We want to get to that chapel. We got a little ways to go still to get there, but we will get there before the end of this episode. Back in the chapel. And our path forward, which is this way here. We also got some tough fights coming up because we're going to have to face some of those larger werewolf-like beasts, and unfortunately, no bullets. So we're just going to have to do it through guile and skill. And also more beasts hiding with the smoke from all these mass burnings. See, look at this. Another one right there. Oh! Come on, lock on. Get one of them. Don't keep changing. Big swing. Down you go. Hello. Almost made it to freedom. Oh, so close. And there are the werewolf creatures. The pungent blood cocktail will come in handy in the upcoming bigger fight that we have. We won't waste them right now, but we definitely want to have those handy when we start fighting the next boss. Big swing! Uh-oh. Alright. We got a Bloodstone Shard for our effort. So we've gotten quite a bit stronger since the last time we fought these guys, but they're still very dangerous if you're not careful. Whoop. Not quite the threat that they posed in the past, though. So we see a lamp, but I don't know if there's going to be anything to find in any of these houses down here. At this point, if there's anything alive down here, it is a beast at this point. And this is another one of the doors that was sealed off. So it's been barred. No one in or out at this point. Again, I think some of the grime and grit down here is actually ash or soot from the fires that they started down here. And I would assume, since this is an open air area, eventually it rained after all the fires were set, so all that ash is now just kind of caked into a sludge. A hanging body, and if you see up there, someone clinging to the side of this building. Unfortunately, we don't have any bullets, but we do have pebbles. So what we can do, instead of letting him try to get the drop on us, which is what he's there for. Ah, they're not going to let me do it. Alright, well, go ahead and trigger it. Hi! This one was definitely covered in clothing at some point. I mean, they all technically were probably covered in clothing, but him more prominently. Now that's a very important item that we just picked up to look at. The Beast Blood Pellets. Large medicinal pellets supposedly formed of coagulated beast blood. Banned by the Healing Church due to their unclear origin. Grants a spurt of beasthood. Ripping apart the flesh of one's enemies and being rained upon by their splattering blood invigorates one's senses of beasthood, feeding strength and a euphoric feeling alike. So now there is an item in play that actually draws out the beast within people. You consume that, it causes you to do more damage, but I believe you also take more damage as a result. The idea being that the closer you get to becoming a beast, the stronger you get, but also the more susceptible to damage from, you know, our typical weaknesses, which are serrated weapons and fire. Hello. Down he goes. Man, look at those pecs. That guy's been working out. Skipping leg day, though. You can see those legs not quite as developed. Remember, if you're going for sick gains, don't skip leg day. Hello. Owie! Give me that blood back. That was not your blood. That was my blood. Ah, no you don't. More Bloodstone Shards. See, they give you ample opportunity to upgrade basically any weapon you want in this game. All you have to do is find a weapon that you're willing to take a look at and apply the gemstones, or the blood shards to them. And now we have another shortcut. This was the passage that we had dropped down to initially when we were chasing after the Oogie Boogie. And there's a ladder all the way back up to the hunter's lantern up at the top there. Fire paper. So they're laying it on pretty heavy that the next fight that you're coming to is going to involve a beast. If you hadn't already figured out that an area that was closed off because of a scourge of beasthood might involve you fighting a beast at the very bottom. Surprise! There's going to be a beast. The disadvantage of trying to do mass burning in an area that's basically just all cobblestones and brick, you're not going to have much luck burning anything. Come on. If the guy in the smoke doesn't want to fight me, you will. Come on. Quit trying to crab walk to me. Ooh, took a 5th hit to kill him. Hello. Get all that blood back that I wasted on previous enemies. Someone literally tried coming in here to do the fight. That was a bad choice. All right. Excellent. We finally got some bullets back. We will not need them for the next fight. The next fight is not really a good place to use bullets. Humans and really big, slow targets are usually the ones you want to use those bullets on. I don't even know if it's possible to parry a beast. Well, except for the werewolf beasts. But again, big enemy. And this one is going to be far too fast to do that too. So we're going to have some Oogie Boogies. Excuse me, we're going to have some beasts. Not the Oogie Boogies. I don't know if there's any Oogie Boogies hidden down here. We have a couple of enemies, I believe, down here somewhere. Maybe not. It's alright. Don't always have to... Oh! I see, I was trying to hide. I was trying to be sneaky. And he gave me a blood gemstone for it. Thank you. Cold blood dew. There's nothing else here, was there? Nope, nothing there. And possibly nothing here. Oh. Oh, these guys. And I'm sure he was lying in wait for something here to attack me with. Cold blood dew. Anything back this way? Nope. Now, normally when you come into this area, there's usually a spot that you can summon some assistance for this next fight, and you can see him right there. I may have come to this out of order, and now I don't get the assistance for this particular fight, which is unfortunate. This is not the easiest fight in the world to do solo, but if we can't find the helper, who would have been our buddy Albert, Alfred, Albrecht, whatever his name is, it is doable. Not easy, but doable. Let's go ahead and put some useful items on here. Let's get rid of that. Put on fire paper. And in fact, let's go ahead and remove that so it's just the fire paper. So one of the things that we're going to want to do is we're going to use the pungent blood cocktail to distract him. And then while he is worried about that blood, we'll take some shots at him. All right, here we go. So you can see he's already keying onto that blood instead of me. But man, the fire really makes a difference in this fight. He can't help it. He smells that blood and he wants it. And... oh! It's almost over! Got him! Easy fight once you know how to handle it. Let's go ahead and cure my poison real quick. And we gained the Thumeru Chalice. That was a wasted blood vial. We didn't need to do that. It's alright. So that was a very clean fight. This enemy, first time I played it, very difficult. Could not seem to beat him no matter what. Part of it was he was constantly poisoning me. Once you get past that first phase, he starts... I don't know, emanating some kind of poison whenever you get close, but it turns out there's a couple of things you can do to mitigate the fight. Number one, being a beast, and in fact a blood-starved beast, those pungent blood cocktails are irresistible to him, so he smells it and then he goes after those. Keeps him distracted so you can take some cheap shots. Also, being a beast, that means he's susceptible to both serrated weapon damage and also fire damage, so we stacked the fire damage on top of the serrated damage that we could do with our weapon. And that is a super easy fight. Let's go back to the Hunter's Dream, and I think we're going to wrap this episode up today. And yet again, we got some insight just from seeing the beast and then also from slaying it. But more important than that, we got an item that we want to take a look at. There's a key item, and let me see. Oh, excuse me, it's going to be under chalices. There we go. Thumeru Chalice. Ritual chalice found in the Church of the Good Chalice. Used in a ritual at the tomb altar in the Hunter's Dream to break the seal of the old underground labyrinth. Let the chalice reveal the tomb of the gods. Let blood be the hunter's nourishment. And let ye partake in communion. So what this allows us to do, and we will not be looking at it in this particular playthrough of the game, is it allows us to go into the Chalice Dungeons, which were an addition to the game that allowed you to go into procedurally generated areas underground that led us to a character that is part of the story, but not critical to the overall telling of the gameplay storyline. We don't have to do that. It would add an additional probably 20 hours of play time to this game, and it's really not worth it. It's unfortunately, the Chalice Dungeons were probably a good idea in theory, but in execution they turn out to be very repetitive and frankly kind of boring areas to play through. The main meat of the game is the single-player playthrough and not these random generation dungeons that you can go into. But lore-wise, it's important to know that that's why they commune, as they do these rituals to go into the labyrinth, and the labyrinth does have story significance of its own.
Welcome home, good hunter.
Man, she's tall.
I must have drifted off. What is it you desire?
Got any new deets for me, lady?
Hunters have told me about
Nope, guess not.
blood. I do, isn't that? Farewell, good hunt. May you.
All right, let's head on up to the inside. Our buddy's not in here. See if maybe he also fell asleep. Sure did. Let's go see what he's doing.
So long. I've grown too old for this. Of little use now, I'm afraid. Oh, Lawrence. What's taking you so long? I've grown too old for this. Oh.
So it sounds like Gehrman is not here of his own volition. He does not want to be here. Every time we've returned to the Hunter's Dream, we found him and he's given us information, but maybe he doesn't necessarily give you that information because he enjoys seeing hunters go out and do the hunter's work. It seems like maybe he has his own purpose for wanting hunters to go out and slay beasts, as he once put it. Just slay some beasts. Don't worry about it. We got a couple of blood gems and also some idiot who's committing suicide right in front of the bench. Good job, moron. Don't think we have enough to upgrade. No, we don't. We can certainly start playing with some of these weapons. In fact, we never looked at the information on this one, so let's take a quick peek. Oh, can't do it yet. Let's take a look at both of those weapons. They have a little bit of detail. This also is one where you have to have a minimum amount of skill points and also of blood tinge points in order to use it, so that falls outside of the range of what we would be able to do with it. A trick weapon crafted by the workshop heretics, the powder kegs, I can speak. A prototype weapon serving as a simple firearm and spear, possibly created in imitation of a lost Canehurst weapon. Lacks any notable functions, saving that it is the only trick weapon with an attached gun. So what that allows you to do is, if you want, you can put a different weapon or a different item in your left hand where you normally keep the gun, like, say, a torch or one of the few shields that are in this game, but they're all very useless. And you would still have access to a gun by using your primary weapon, rifle spear. Let's also take a look at the Kirk Hammer, which is a very impressive weapon. Trick weapon typically used by healing church hunters. On the one side, an easily handled silver sword. On the other, a giant obtuse stone weapon characterized by a blunt strike and extreme force of impact. The church takes a heavy-handed, merciless stance towards the plague of beasts, an irony not lost upon the wielders of this most symbolic weapon. So basically, if you stick the sword into the shaft of the what looks very much like a giant tombstone, you can swing it as a massive hammer. That is a very cool weapon. Unfortunately, I don't think it's a very useful one, simply because it's too slow, and most of the enemies you would have to have perfect timing to get a real benefit from swinging it to hit at them. So that one is not going to be of much use to us. But, oh, we did want to... Oh! keep wasting my items. Stupid. Alright, anyway. I wanted to look at the blood gems that we had picked up, seeing if there were any of real use to us. Physical attack up, charge attack up. None of them are better than the one we have in the second slot right now, and the one that we have equipped right now in the first slot gives us health back, so that is something we would not want to mess with very much. And I don't think there was anything that we could do in the handgun that was better than what we already have. Blood attack up 1.8%. Yeah, so it wouldn't be as good a benefit to us. We can repair the equipment and spend some points on upgrades for our stats, and that's about it. Make sure there's nothing in the insight pool. You can pick up a small resonant bell, which I thought we already had, but I guess we don't. Ring this bell to help hunters in other worlds. This is a good way to get insight if you spend too much of it and you don't have any that you would like to have for purchasing items. You just go outside of a boss arena, you ring your small bell, and then you can call other players who need help, and they'll summon you in for the fight. This is Jura's equipment. This is what we could have picked up before. We'll go ahead and get it. Why not? It's funny, they have weapon slots in here, but I don't know if I remember ever getting any weapons from there. And of course we have new gear, so let's put it on. And also take a quick look at it in the description. Gray wolf cap, attire of the retired hunter Jura. This worn wolf cap was his trademark. Jura is known through his contact with the powder kegs, the heretics of the workshop. He is said to have been both uncommonly kind and dreadfully foolish. Jura felt defeated by the state of Old Yharnam and renounced his hunter's vows. So he was literally there trying to protect the people of the town of Old Yharnam, and unfortunately we ended up ruining that for him. Were they Ashen Hunter? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's it. Alright. So now we're dressed as Jura was. And you note he also had a bandage over one of his eyes. A lot of care applied to the eyes in this game. And you can also purchase ritual blood if you want to go into one of the chalices and for some reason don't have enough blood for it. Nothing there. Go spend some money on upgrading our character.
What is it you... Very well.
Health is good. We'll spend 1 on skill. It does help our damage potential, but not greatly. And 1 strength, I think we'll do for now. Go ahead. So we're coming along quite nicely.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Doing the best I can there. Alright, so let's go ahead and wrap up what we did in this episode. We went ahead and found the people that were still left in the Cathedral Ward who could be saved, and we advised them to go ahead and head back to the, one of them to the Oedon Chapel, and the other one we told, go to Yusefka's clinic since we don't trust her anyway, and that guy was being kind of a jerk. Might as well just get rid of him. We haven't gone and checked in on them just yet, but we can certainly do so if we want at the beginning of the next episode. And then we made our way down to Old Yharnam. On the way, we were accosted by Jura, who warned us that the village was now home only to beasts, and if we didn't leave, we would be hunted ourselves. We decided to ignore that advice because, we got to get ours and screw him for trying to say otherwise. And besides, we're not hunters. We're just trying to find pale blood to help heal us of our affliction. And he didn't know any difference, so he just went ahead and attacked us. We went up and took him out. We did find that he was affiliated with a group called the Powder Kegs. The Powder Kegs presumably were the ones that were assigned the task of burning down Old Yharnam to try to contain the Beast Scourge. And then I guess when that failed, the hunters, at the guidance of the Healing Church, no doubt, went ahead and sealed off Old Yharnam to try to prevent any other beasts from getting out. Also presumably to cover up their own tracks since they had failed. And we went down and fought the blood-starved beast, who was fairly easy to beat at this point in the game because we've leveled up our weapons and gotten stronger, and also we took advantage of a couple of things that we knew for a fact. Number one, being a beast, he craves blood, and we had some pungent blood cocktails that we threw to keep him distracted. And two, the beasts are all weak to both serrated weapons and fire. We went ahead and slathered the weapon with a little fire paper and made short work of him, so we're making some progress here. We cleared out Old Yharnam and found a chalice. The chalice is part of the ritual that the hunters would partake in to enter the labyrinth. Labyrinth, which we have not really gone into much detail about yet, but we did learn from Alfred in a previous episode that the scholars of Bergenworth went down into the labyrinth. Maybe the members of the Healing Church. I believe they said it was Bergenworth, actually. And while they were down there, they found a holy medium, and that holy medium is, in fact, the old blood, which is kind of what started all of this. So now we have the means to go down into the labyrinth ourselves. But as I said before, probably not something we're going to do because it's not very lore-rich, and it doesn't really help a whole lot in the telling of our own story, which is, again, we're trying just to find the pale blood that's supposed to heal us. But that's going to do it for episode 3 of our long play / lore playthrough of Bloodborne. As always, I do appreciate you all watching, and I will see you next time.